Hey everybody, welcome to the Centaur Fragrance channel. It's a pleasure to have you here. You've come to the right place, so thank you. If you find that you like my video, please like, comment, subscribe, even share the video if you're feeling generous. So thank you again for being here. Let's jump straight into the video. First, we'll talk about the box real quick. I know we don't focus on boxes or presentation too much in the fragrance world, but I do think it gives a feel to the fragrance itself. So you get a dark brown box, classic look, nothing too much going on. That's kind of the feel of the fragrance. Let's look at the bottle real quick. Classic presentation, nice, square, has a metal collar, atomizer, works well. You kind of get a slip-on, slip-off top that protects it, so that's real convenient. You're not going to lose your cap, and it does a great job. Let's talk about the atomizer itself real quick. It is I think, an above average atomizer. Distribution's good, sprays a good amount of juice. So let's talk about that fragrance itself, guys. This fragrance is a woody lover's dream. It's a woody fragrance. Some might say it's linear, but there is a little bit more going on, but you're not completely wrong. Or people who have said this is linear, they're definitely not wrong. So what do we get? We get vetiver, of course. It's called intense vetiver. And if you're not familiar with vetiver, vetiver is a certain type of grass. I believe it's the roots of the grass. And it has a very pungent aroma, a very kind of not green but woody aroma, but it's still an invigorating woody kind of note. If you're familiar with cypress and those kinds of fragrances, those tend to be soft green. Think of something like an invigorating brown kind of fragrance or note. This is not like cedar, but if you like cedar fragrances, you might just love it. So the composition, even though it's kind of linear in the smell and the composition, you could say there's a little bit more going on, like I said. The vetiver is the main player, but I feel like there's a little bit of almost a petrol, a subdued petrol feel going on. This is not Dior Fahrenheit with the violet leaf up front and bold. Perhaps there's a note or an aroma chemical that's a supporting note to the vetiver that gives it kind of an invigorating feel. Of course, there's the Hermes DNA that's kind of floral, has a little bit of a mineral feel. In the original Terre de Hermes, some people compare it to soil because it does smell a little bit more dirty. This one smells clean. I think it smells a little bit more classy. But I think this fragrance is definitely appropriate for a classy man, a more mature man. If you're more middle-aged and like to wear brown leather jackets, I can imagine you loving this fragrance. If you're an older gentleman who likes to portray confidence and seriousness, but still a little bit of class, I think this would do excellent for the older businessman or gentleman. If you're just a kind of a serious, classy guy in general, I think this is a great fragrance for you. You have to love woody fragrances. You have to love that kind of smell because that's what you get for the most point here. I do think it's not too dark. It's not a damp wood. It's not melancholy. It's not gothic like Encre Noir or the extreme version. But it's not a soft green fragrance or particularly a playful vetiver fragrance like some cypress fragrances can be. So I hope that gave you a good interpretation of how the smell goes. I get a solid 6, perhaps sometimes 7 hours of longevity. The sillage is pretty good, and the projection is just fair, and it's not bad. So for this fragrance in the situations you might wear it, close to people, you know, in social situations, I think the performance is adequate or even above average. So that's great for this fragrance. If you're looking to pick this one up, I don't think it's hit discounters yet. and you can probably find discount codes or discounts here and there, but this one, even though it's a limited run and it's probably going to get discounted at some point, it hasn't got there yet. This one is still a fairly new fragrance, and there's not too many reviews of this fragrance out there yet. So happy to be able to bring this fragrance to you. This was a gift, and I definitely appreciate it. I sometimes, in honesty, I don't know when to wear this fragrance at times, but I do feel like I talked about, there's certain men who will like this fragrance. If you like Gucci Guilty Absolute, if you like Fahrenheit, if you like Dunhill Icon, the original Terre de Hermes, this one is a good fragrance, and I don't believe it's redundant because it is a different fragrance. It doesn't have the green qualities of the original Terre de Hermes, and it doesn't have the fruit in the opening at all. And especially in the Trace Fresh, which is a fresh orange instead of the dirty or old orange, this one just goes for straight vetiver. That's really what this fragrance is all about. So I hope this gave a good impression of the fragrance. I've gone over the longevity, the performance, but let's talk about how this fragrance is going to smell to other people real quick before the end of the video. This fragrance, to most people, smelling it off your skin, is going to smell like a woody fragrance, like a serious fragrance, like I said, but I think it's going to smell classy off of you. So if you like that kind of vibe, if you have that kind of personality, I think that you should try it. Again, I don't encourage you to blind buy, even though this one is a little bit hard to find. I do think it's a good fragrance. I do think this is a fragrance that's not underappreciated, and perhaps is going to be underappreciated going forward. It's not getting a lot of hype. It's not getting a lot of attention. It is one of those designer fragrances that's a little bit more artistic or a little bit more specialized. It's not mass appealing particularly. It's if you're trying to be attractive to young ladies, this fragrance is not the best juice for that. I'm just going to put that out there for you guys. So, and gals, but if you're looking for a gift for your mature husband, a mature man in your life, maybe it's your uncle, maybe it's your dad, I would take a serious look at this fragrance, because this is, in my opinion, one of those retro fragrances that gives a really good feel of kind of classic DNA, or kind of a mature feel with modern sensibilities, because it smells classic. It smells a little bit more refined. It's this one, it doesn't have a lot of complex notes going on. It doesn't have the civet or animalic notes or the green notes. So it could be a welcome, newcomer, a welcome addition to, a gentleman's collection. So I hope that this review has helped you decide if you want to smell this fragrance in the future. Perhaps buy it. Let me know how I'm doing. I've changed my camera angle a little bit, and I'm happy to be able to bring this review to you. So this has been the Scentador Fragrance Channel. If you did like this review, remember to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, all those things. So thank you guys for supporting me, being a part of the fragrance family and my family. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye.